I'm just a little curious, though. What exactly is the interest of your association?
The interest of my association is that they should go back to the status quo.
How does it affect your association, this JAMB policy?
These students, they are our students. They are our product, right? They are our product. We are not satisfied until, we will not be satisfied until we see them in school.
Break it down again. When you say they are your products.
They are our product. They are, we run tutorial centers. I am the national president of Association of Tutorial School Operators. You understand? They are my product. As I'm talking to you right now, these students cannot even sit down and study again. They've been reading, they've been preparing for post-JAMB for the past 4 years.
Because you led them out for protest?
Not really leading them out for protest, because the future is bleak. They don't even know the next thing to do. They don't even know what will happen to them.
But why is this protest only in Lagos?
Why it is only in Lagos? Because other universities like UI, IFE, and Co., they have come out somehow, you know, indirectly, to tell us that, okay, we have not really agreed to this policy, because they know the policy is not a good one.
So has UNILAG agreed to the policy?
UNILAG now came out to say that they've not agreed, that they did not agree, that they agreed, they kept quiet, right, because it was like an order from above. That was what the registrar told us. And they gave out a publication, you know, in respect to that.
Yeah, that's normal, because, I mean, first of all, the universities, you must admit, because you have been doing a lot of multiplication in terms of how much JAMB has made.
Yes.
You must know that the universities, too, a lot of people accuse them of making money from the post-UME. Because, you just said it yourself, that if 34,000 students scored well above 200 and they applied to UNILAG, and UNILAG is going to sell them post-UTME forms, they will have to buy those forms, right?
Yes.
But if 9,000 of them are now the ones to buy it, that is less income for University of Lagos, right?
Yes.
So perhaps there is a reason from JAMB wanting to curtail or spread across the number of students who apply to a particular institution.
So
do you think that could also be a reason?
You see, I am not totally and completely against this policy. You understand? But before you introduce a new policy, right, you should get the stakeholders, those that are involved, along. These students planned to enter UNILAG, right? They bought form, they sat for CBT exam, no expo, and they passed. Is it a crime to pass? The offense now is that they scored 200 and above. That's the offense. That they scored 200, a lot of them scored 200 and above in CBT. That is the offense. The other time I came here, Chamberlain, when I said that JAMB failed students, less than 6,000 sat for post-JAMB in UNILAG. Was the cutoff mark brought down to 180? Then, what are we saying? The cutoff mark was not brought down to 180. The cutoff mark was still 200. So what we are saying is that let there be competition. Let me explain something to you. If you score 250, for example, I want to use UNILAG as an example. You score 250 and I score 200 and want to go into post-JAMB, you already have the edge on me. And I will explain. They will divide your 250 by 8. They will divide my 200 by 8. You have 33 points. I have 32 points. Now what we are saying is that if the two of us should sit for post-JAMB and at the end of the day, I surpass you in total points, in cumulative points, it means you are not even qualifying in the first place. And this kind of competition will not be there. We are the one teaching these students. Some of them had phobia for computer when they sat for JAMB. And now some of them are now used to computer. So, and that resulted to the 201, 213, 220, or 230, or even 240, or 260 that some of them had. If they should sit for post-JAMB, some of them will score 80 or 90. I have the experience. I knew a student that scored 280 that didn't pass post-JAMB, and a student that scored 220 that is now in medicine and surgery because she later scored about, I think, 87.
What about the post-UTME? Are they foolproof? I mean, people have also said that universities manipulate, they can easily be manipulated when it comes to post-UTME. JAMB is taking, strenuous effort to ensure that, people cannot you know, steal their questions or the questions do not leak. Is it the same thing for post-UTME?
No, we have now Nigeria, right, has gone past, and I must give kudos to them, right, to the board there and some universities. We have gone past the era of examination malpractices. That is in that area, because it's now CBT. Even in Unilag, it's still computer-based test. You can't see the question. You can't cheat. Computer will pick question from the question bank. My question is different from your question, it's different from your question, and you can see the student now passing.
Well, you say that their crime is because they scored above, what, 200?
They score, that is their crime. If they had not, if they had failed, if they had all failed, right, the cut of this mark that we are fighting on will be 200 to do post-JAMB will be 200.
But the policy here is that JAMB says they will redistribute candidates who scored above 280, but they got less than the cutoff marks of their first choice universities.
What is this cutoff mark? If 280 cannot sit post-JAMB, what is this cutoff mark? And I have a student that scored 210 that is eligible.
Yeah, but the thing is,
eligible.
If JAMB says, because what is the percentage of those who are eligible in this category? Because if many score above 280, many of them will meet the cutoff mark of their courses, wouldn't they?
Chamberlain, you are not getting me. Oh.
I'm talking about
how many candidates scored above 280?
Let me put this question.
The three of you sat for JAMB.
Hold on.
Time.
Let me put the question to you. Could you hang on a bit?
280.
What it says. Hold on. Let me read the policy. You haven't read it.
I've read the policy now.
So you don't understand.
I know what they are saying. Let me tell you. Fabian Benjamin, the spokesman of JAMB, has been talking.
Maybe you should explain what you understand about this policy, where he says that those who scored above 280, they will redistribute those ones. I beg your pardon, let me take that again. JAMB say they will redistribute candidates who scored above 280, but less than the cutoff mark of their first choice university. What is that?
This thing, they are now passing the buck to school. School said the school did not know anything about this, according to the registrar of Unilag. She told me personally, and she gave out leaflets in respect to that to the students, right, by Unilag, printed. School does not know anything about this. JAMB, and according to what she explained, and Ministry of Education invited them to policy meeting, right, and that they told them that this is what they will do, that is JAMB that will send the list of those that will sit for post-JAMB. That means if I have connection in JAMB, my son will be there. That is the meaning. Why should this thing be shrouded in secrecy? That's what we are saying.
Why?
Let us know the mark that it will take, right? What will take a student, what I will score to take post-JAMB. Why?
So the main problem here,
yes,
is the post-JAMB. Not you meeting the cutoff point of institution.
No.
So those who meet the cutoff point have no problems.
No problems.
It is
the
issue point now is the post-JAMB.
The cutoff point, yes, is not yet fixed. The real cutoff point to enter school is not yet fixed.
By
the real cutoff point to enter school is supposed to be fixed by the school. This one is now fixed by JAMB, right, towards post-JAMB, that, okay, these are the people that will go in for post-JAMB, post-UTME. Why?
But what if the schools now fix their own cutoff point and many people make the cutoff point having scored 280?
The school will not fix cutoff point now until after post-UTME.
Is it based on the post-UTME that the school fixes?
That the school, yes, they will, like I said, they will divide the JAMB score by 8. They will divide post-UTME by 2, and the cumulative, right, will give you your total points. The students, they already know this, very transparent. We'll give you your total point, and school will announce their cutoff mark. And when you check your total point with the cutoff mark and you didn't enter peacefully, so no protest.
What is the difference about this policy and what happened
last year?
3 years ago, or last year, before your association came together?
The difference is this. Last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, once you score 200, you will go into those first 6 university, top 6 top university, right? You will go and buy your post-UTME form. There are some universities that are saying, if you score 180, come and buy your post-UTME form. So I score 200, you score 300, you score 400, we'll go and buy post-UTME form. We sit for post-UTME, and they will calculate, they will accumulate the two score, and they will fix their cutoff mark. That's what we are saying.
What then used to happen to those who, because I mean, if JAMB says for a particular school that has what 9,000 capacity and
4,000
maybe
capacity,
yeah, between
and
4,000
30,000 applied.
So what happens to the backlog?
That is what we are saying.
No. What used to happen to the backlog?
What used to happen?
Yeah, not now, before.
Of course, that is the same thing that used to happen during your time. Some of them will accept their fate, decide to wait for JAMB again, right? While some will decide to look, okay, yes, I can enter Yabatech, I can enter College of Education. Do you understand me?
And you know,
this one now, they are forcing schools on them.
No, but
that though you score 280,
your protest is the forcing of schools on the students.
My protest is that they should allow those that score 200 the opportunity to sit for post-JAMB.
The second part of the question is that if JAMB says they want to correct what used to happen before, wherein many who don't meet up with all of those just have to go and rewrite JAMB again, and in some cases 3, 4, 5 times and never get through. So JAMB is saying, well, we will redistribute these ones and give them other options. Isn't that what JAMB is doing?
No, JAMB is saying, well, we will force schools on you.
You say
that
force.
That is what JAMB is doing. JAMB is saying redistribute. These students are saying we don't want redistribution. We chose UNILAG for a purpose. We chose IFE for a purpose. We chose UI. We chose, you understand, for a purpose that we don't want redistribution. Frederick Benjamin was saying that then what is the essence of Nigeria if they don't want redistribution? What has that got to do with this? All of us had the opportunity to choose the school of our choice. They should not impose school on them. Let them do their post-JAMB. If they fail, or if they fail the post-JAMB, that is after they have done the cumulative this thing and they didn't enter, they will know how to, the next thing to do. They won't protest. They've not been protesting.